So, I guess this is, well, basically technically my first video. But, um, I'm gonna start off by saying this. My Lego Speed Champions is one of my loved themes from Lego. My actual favorite theme is like the Lego Sonic theme. But this is a theme I've been kind of collecting for maybe about around a year or two. As you can see, these are all my cars I've collected. This one in particular is my first one. This one's actually my favorite one because I like classic cars. Lego doesn't really like too many classic cars for some reason. 6 stud and 8 stud wide. Whoops, sorry, my tongue fell off. Which kind of gets to the point of where it feels like Lego is making more, like luxury cars, more supercars and stuff, but not that many classic cars like that one. So there always has to be maybe an alternative that is similar to Lego, but it has to be in a classic format. Well, I found an option right here. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. But this is a Lego Speed Champion scaled vehicle that I bought off Temu, and we're going to be rating this set for a couple of things: its price, its quality, its packaging, and overall, is it worth it? Before I start this review, I will mention two things. One isn't really as important. One, yes, I'm doing this on a bed. And two, I am not associated with the company at all. This is not sponsored by the company who made this set. I purchased this with my own money. And I guess we'll talk about the cost of the set now. I think I paid around maybe like $32. I think for this one set, but I think its price is already kind of expensive than your generic like Lego Speed Champions car. Sorry that I modified mine. I modified mine to have a front hood. So because it just kept going through like the studs, so I modified it. If you like it, thank you. And if you don't, well, that's fine. But this is like $20, so that's obviously pretty cheap. Some are like even 15, I think some. This one is obviously a more expensive example. This one's like $27 in the US. Sorry, it's dusty. Haven't been cleaning them in a while. I'm sorry. But this is the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. This set, well, it comes with extra hubcaps if you want to replace it, a minifigure, a helmet, and I think a ranch as well. While this set doesn't come with the minifigure, but it does come with the main vehicle, some extra parts to turn to something else, and a display case. He's going to be mentioned again later. The thing I was surprised about this thing is that it actually did came in a box. I thought, like many other the brick sets you would order off Temu, it would just be basically sent over by a bag, and all you get is the pieces and instructions. But no, this one actually came in a full-blown box. The company, I'm not sure. Is that Power Brick? I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, it tells you that this is a Back to the Future themed Silver Wing Cyclone. Cyclone? If I said that wrong, I'm very sorry. But as you can see, we have the vehicle in flight mode, which looks really cool. But unfortunately, for people who think that's cool, that was my dog scratching the door. I'm sorry. But for the people who thought that's cool, I just only built the main car, so I'm sorry. I didn't have time to make all that. That looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. The box is really nice though. It has like this like nice shiny glamour into it. I mean, the price, I would say for now, we'll get to that when I guess we're done with the review. But for now, the packaging, maybe it's around, I would say a 10 out of 10, but maybe a 9 out of 10. It's not too bad. It's even got tape on it when it came in. I'm not sure. I thought that was like a marker, like a draw marker. That was my dog again. I'm sorry, but that was actually the main vehicle print. I'm just gonna let my dog in. Come on. You wanna come in? Okay, he does want to come in, and I guess we'll go back to what we were doing. So here it is, the main set itself. I will tell you the brick quality was not too bad. It felt quite good, actually. The pieces, they didn't stick in so hard together, yet they weren't that loose either. I like the shiny chrome pieces that they also came with the set. Unfortunately, this car had stickers or sticker tattoos. The thing that was weird about this is that these are actually like stickers. It came with like some sort of sticker sheet, and then you place them on the brick like if they were like temporary tattoos, and you peel off the transparent thing, and then you would get this result. Honestly, I like that and dislike it. I like it because it was honestly satisfying to take off that wrap. But again, just like stickers, it's kind of a pain to align it. As you can see, I messed up on that area there in the grill. I'm not gonna take it apart, but I think there was actually like engine detailing under the hood when I was building it. The hood can't open, unfortunately, but like there was a pretty good attention to detail when you were building this thing. And the way to access the inside here is I forgot to mention the bricks are minorly like an 8 out of 10. They remind me of like Mega Blocks. Um, the way you get in here, the roof is not easy to open, so the way to access it is by at least removing this part, which also that's what built with the seat. I think the main point, I'm not sure if you were supposed to take these pieces off. I'm not really sure. There's the inside without the thing. There's a steering wheel. Now the steering wheel was actually right here. It was pretty crooked, so I moved it. I kind of modified it so it was moved a little bit more closer, but it's still a bit crooked. You have a speed speedometer there, which kind of weird because I think you would, if the camera wants to focus. I'm shooting this on the phone. Sorry. I'm not sure why it's there, considering it should probably be a glove box, but who cares? A minifigure could fit inside this in the driver's seat. I'll bring Officer Vintage. I'm not sure what to call him here, but we'll put him in the car. And there he is in the car. He fits pretty good. Again, the steering wheel, even though I kind of fixed it, it's still crooked. I think you could probably see that. If my camera, there you go. You can kind of see it's a bit crooked, but it's not too much of a problem. The main vehicle on its own, I'll have to come up to my shelf. It stands up kind of weirdly, where the back wheels are kind of overkilling the front, or where it's way too tall over here. As for the rolling, it rolls pretty nice, just like your Speed Champions car. It's not too bad. Yeah, because most of the parts are, some of the parts here, I could have said, you could probably make this particular vehicle with the Lego pieces you have, but like, there was also some custom pieces into this set. So that means you wouldn't be able to make this exact one. Very sad, but nah, that's fine, I guess. And here's the back, in case you were wondering. Yeah, there's that area right there. Not sure what that area is crooked. I think the other one's crooked too, but yeah. Again, you could kind of see what I mean. That these look like tattoos, like temporary. Like, yeah, you could see like the sticker lining on that part. Can you? I hope it can. Yeah. And now I guess the main model and design of this thing is maybe a 7 or an 8, as it's obviously not perfect. You can't really make everything out of Lego, but what the creators did here was pretty good. Now we're gonna compare this to actual Lego Speed Champions cars. Here's the 1971 Dodge Charger, let alone Dusty. Sorry about that. That car on its own is quite long. It kind of stands out a little bit longer, but maybe around the same size. I guess not including the bars. But other than that, they're kind of like in the same round size. And to compare it with the rest of the collection I have, I'm not sure why this guy is so like long. This thing is long. And I guess it's somewhat taller too. I mean, it's not as tall. But you could see it's a bit. I'm on a flat surface, so I guess this isn't really fair. But it could be a bit taller than a Nissan Miso. Again, Dusty Miso, I guess I could call him because I hadn't Dusty's in a while. Obviously, the G-Wagon will always be the tallest. But other than that, the scaling is kind of eh. But I guess if you're putting up to a car like this guy, I think it'll go good. So I guess I would say the scale is like a minor 7, I guess. As for the main attraction, I guess the other main attraction, I guess, is this little container. Maybe that's probably the fracture of the cost of this thing. Yeah, so as you can see, the main container, the main case is styled like a shape of container. And it says Back to the Future on it. I think this set doesn't necessarily have any prints. Besides the prints are on this container here. These are like the only prints. And the cool thing about this though is the doors do actually open to the side. Oop, you got spoiled. And yeah, there you go, you got doors. And if you don't feel like opening the doors, and if you feel like it's too hard to put your hands in there, the whole top opens like that. Which honestly, it's kinda neat. And here is the vehicle inside the container, let alone the thing that is with the thing that isn't closed yet. It's also got this really put down bad, did I? But it says Back to the Future, soaring cyclone in it. There are some tiles under there that are holding up the car so it doesn't roll around. Although it isn't really necessarily fitting on there, I had to push it harder, I guess. Let me close the door and show you what it looks like with it. It honestly doesn't look bad. If it was on a display, it look cool. In fact, I feel like Lego should do something like this. They should make, like those Lego bin containers. They should do something like so you can like place your pieces in. They should do something like that, except for displaying your Speed Champions cars. They should do that. Something like this, except maybe not like a ship container, but something like this that keeps your Speed Champions nice and less dust. Because you could already tell that these are like really dusty. Obviously, this one is not as new, so it doesn't. This one, pretty neat, honestly. This is really cool, honestly. It's already kind of giving like a good thumbs up. But you know what also built up this up? The instructions. Come on up, yeah. Here are the instructions for the main vehicle, so you could build it. In flight mode or in regular mode. It's a nice small little book sheet. I'll show you how small it is. If I cut it off, I'm sorry. But here's a Nissan Missos instruction booklet. These are like the regular size for a Speed Champions instruction booklet. And here's the I forgot their brand already. They're Power Bricks sets. Power Bricks instructions. Nice. It was mostly clear. It was honestly, yeah, again, mostly clear. And yeah, I do like how they made it a booklet and nothing like a sheet of paper that's folded. The one that is for to build the shipping container is a folded piece of paper, though. Some people don't like those. Some people like them. I personally don't, because they're kind of tedious. And I'm trying to do this with one hand. There we go. So yeah, this is to build this shipping container. So let me let my dog out real quick. If you hear a door and you hear a pause and closing the door, that's me. Oh yeah, this one's supposed to build the thing. If this type of constructions was to build the car, I would have been pretty upset about it. But this is just for the shipping container, so I'll let this go since it's not really part of the car. There goes my hat. Yeah, it's not part of the car. I don't care. It does show, I think you already probably seen it. It does show how to build the shipping container relatively well. So, now we came to a conclusion. Is this worth your money? Is this something that you could be buying instead of a Lego Speed Champions car? Well, I guess not instead. That'll never be a thing because these are always the GOAT. But could this be maybe an alternative if Lego doesn't make a car like this? Again, the pieces are nice. They clip together pretty nicely. They're obviously not the greatest quality. The pieces were there. That was the thing that I forgot to tell you guys about, and I was actually taking points when I was bonusing if this was had all the pieces. Good thing it did. It had all the pieces, so it got a pretty good point. Now, what's the thing I don't like? I don't really like this antenna. It's a way bit too big, but I kept it because I think it's fun. I kind of like it. I really love the chrome silver pieces. They give you a bunch of chrome silver pieces to build the time machine part. Yeah, the engine. Whew, it has a lot of chrome pieces. In reality, for $32, if this was a Lego brand, I feel like it would have probably been a little bit more worth the money. This is obviously not a Lego brand. But I don't know. I think my entire review of all this is maybe a 8.5 out of 10, maybe. The car was great. The shipping container case is great. The box was great. The instructions are nice and clear. This should have been a little bit this was like a folder thing, and some of the instructions were not as clear as others. I'm not sure what necessarily complicated now, does it? That's to build one of the wings in the back. There were some parts where it got complicated, but yeah, as you can see, there was a bit of engine detail under there. They definitely made some care with this. So, an 8.5 out of 10 for this set. Do I recommend it? If you like these type of classic cars, and if you like the case, I recommend it. But if you don't like cases, then this may not be yours, since this has a really good, nice case. And if you just want the car, well, I'm not sure what to do about that, because they also sell it alongside with the case. And yeah, overall, I certainly like it. In fact, I like it so much, I'm actually going to place it alongside with my Speed Champions collection, just because I think that's how nice it is. In fact, maybe my dog agrees, right? What do you think? Should it join the crew? Should it join the crew? Yeah, this is kind of awkward, isn't it? This is my first video, by the way, Jopi. You ruined this for me. So yeah, my first video was, is this worth it? Again, bought this off Temu. It was like $32. I saw the listing of where I bought this, and I think they raised it up a price to $40. Probably making that less worth it. But I'm kind of glad I bought it at the time, because, well, it was obviously a lot more cheaper. But overall, if it was $32, I would probably think it's a little bit more worth it. But if it's $40, maybe back off from it.